Ladies and gentlemen, today I invite you to step inside a world that is rarely seen, often misunderstood, and deeply consequential to both human health and global industry. The inside of a snake bioprocessing factory, where venom becomes medicine and leather becomes fashion. This is not a story of spectacle or shock. It is a story of science, responsibility, and the complex relationship between humans and nature. It is a story that challenges our assumptions and asks us to look closely at how knowledge, ethics, and innovation can coexist. At first glance, the idea of a snake bioprocessing facility can evoke fear or discomfort. Snakes have long been symbols of danger and mystery, yet they are also symbols of healing and renewal. In many cultures, the snake is wrapped around the staff of medicine, reminding us that within what we fear may lie what can save us. Inside such a facility, that ancient symbol comes alive through modern science. The goal is not exploitation for its own sake, but transformation, turning one of nature's most potent toxins into life-saving therapies and converting natural materials into products that support livelihoods while striving for sustainability. Venom, the very substance that makes snakes dangerous, is also what makes them invaluable to medicine. In controlled environments, trained professionals work with precision and care, respecting both the power of the animal and the fragility of human life. Venom is collected in small, carefully measured amounts, ensuring that the snakes are not harmed and can continue to live and regenerate naturally. This venom is not a weapon here. It is a raw material for research, discovery, and healing. Scientists study its molecular structure to understand how it interacts with the human body. From these studies have emerged treatments for blood pressure disorders, clotting diseases, chronic pain, and even potential cancer therapies. What once symbolized death now becomes a tool to preserve life. The journey from venom to medicine is long and exacting. It passes through stages of purification, analysis, and testing that require advanced technology and deep scientific expertise. Every drop is examined for consistency and safety, every compound evaluated for effectiveness. This process reflects a broader truth about progress. Breakthroughs are rarely sudden miracles. They are the result of patience, discipline, and collaboration. In these laboratories, biologists, chemists, medical researchers, and ethical oversight teams work side by side. Their shared responsibility is not only to innovate, but to ensure that innovation serves humanity without compromising animal welfare or ecological balance. Alongside venom processing, another transformation takes place within these facilities: the responsible use of snake leather. The fashion industry has long valued exotic leathers for their durability and unique patterns. Yet modern bioprocessing facilities face a critical challenge: how to meet demand while respecting environmental limits and ethical standards. This challenge has reshaped the industry.
Today, regulated sourcing,
Transparency and traceability are central principles. Skins used for leather are often byproducts of regulated food or conservation programs, reducing waste and ensuring that nothing is taken without purpose. The transformation of snakeskin into leather is both an art and a science. It requires skilled craftsmanship, modern tanning techniques, and strict environmental controls. Water use, chemical treatments, and waste management are monitored carefully to minimize environmental impact. The result is a material that is strong, flexible, and visually distinctive, used in fashion not merely as a luxury item but as a testament to craftsmanship and controlled production. Increasingly, designers and consumers alike are asking not just how a product looks, but where it comes from and what values it represents. What makes the snake bioprocessing factory truly remarkable is the way it brings together seemingly opposite worlds. On one side is nature, wild, ancient, and unpredictable. On the other is technology, precise, modern, and analytical. The factory becomes a bridge between these worlds, translating natural complexity into human benefit. But this bridge must be built with care. Without strong regulation, ethical standards, and scientific integrity, the same processes that heal could harm ecosystems and erode public trust. This is why education and transparency matter so deeply. When people understand how venom becomes medicine and leather becomes a regulated product, fear gives way to informed discussion. We begin to see the workers not as exploiters, but as specialists trained to handle risk responsibly. We see the scientists not as manipulators of nature, but as students of it. And we see the animals not as mere resources, but as living contributors to systems that, when managed correctly, can benefit many. The global implications are significant. In regions where snake bioprocessing facilities operate responsibly, they create skilled jobs, support research institutions, and contribute to public health. Antivenoms and venom-derived drugs save countless lives each year, particularly in rural areas where snake bites are a serious risk. At the same time, ethical leather production supports artisans and manufacturers while pushing the fashion industry toward greater accountability. These outcomes remind us that industry and compassion do not have to be enemies, yet we must also acknowledge the responsibility that comes with this power. The future of snake bioprocessing depends on constant vigilance against overexploitation, against shortcuts, and against the temptation to prioritize profit over principle. Conservation programs, breeding initiatives, and international standards are essential. The question is not whether humans should interact with nature, but how. Will we choose extraction without limits, or stewardship guided by knowledge and respect? Inside a snake bioprocessing factory, the answer to that question is being written every day. It is written in safety protocols that protect both workers and animals. It is written in research papers that turn venom into hope for patients. It is written in manufacturing practices that aim to reduce waste and environmental harm. And it is written in the growing awareness that the true measure of progress is not how much we take, but how wisely we use what we take. In closing, let us remember that the story of venom and leather is ultimately a story about transformation of substances, of industries, and of perspectives. When guided by ethics and science, even the most feared elements of nature can become instruments of healing and creativity. The snake, once seen only as a threat, becomes a partner in innovation. And we, as observers and beneficiaries, are called to support systems that value life, knowledge, and responsibility in equal measure. Thank you.